pain or anxiety to others. And the first principle of a devotee is not to cause anxiety or not to cause suffering to anyone, any living creature. That's why we don't eat meat, for example. Well, not only that, but Lord Krishna won't accept meat offerings. He only accepts offerings in the mode of goodness. And meat is in the mode of passion and ignorance, so we don't accept. See, if one becomes a devotee, he automatically develops all these good qualities. He automatically becomes kind-hearted, very knowledgeable, expert in so many things. Like we're training all our devotees in music and dancing and drama and scriptures and logic and computers, and they're automatically getting a very good education. There's no need for them to go to university, no need for them to learn all these material things. They're learning everything, but they're learning it in relation to devotional service. Because Krishna includes everything. We use computers, we use technology, we use music, we use arts, we use philosophy, all the modern technology and everything, but in relation with Krishna. So that's the key. If we want to get out of this suffering in this material world, all we have to do is take what we've already got, what we're already doing, our existing position. We don't have to leave everything and go to the forest and sit on a mountaintop and meditate. That's completely unpractical. Only a few people can do that. Even in India, it's very rare that someone can just leave everything and go sit in a cave. It's a tough life. Have you ever tried it? Probably not. It's difficult. So the practical way to approach God is to simply take whatever you've got and offer it in His service. Well, what's the obstacle? What's the difficulty? The difficulty is our false ego, where we think, this is mine, and I'm going to enjoy this, and I'm going to use that. And, I'm the controller, I'm the owner. This is all false ego. False ego means that we try to imitate Krishna. We want to be the romantic hero, riding in on the white horse and saving the girl and living happily ever after in some kind of materialistic heaven. But that's a false story. That is a false promise, a false expectation. Because in real life, it never happens like that. What really happens is we serve a succession of masters, including our own mind and senses. And that's what's really going on when people are in illusion. That's what's really going on when people want to take shelter of this impersonal conception of God. They simply want to serve their own mind and senses without any restriction. And so they're causing so much difficulty for themselves and other people. You see? The reason why this world is such a difficult place, such a dangerous place, is that there are people who have no moral principles whatsoever. And they just do whatever they like. And they justify it by this false philosophy that God is impersonal and there's really no morality. We're all God, we can all do whatever we want, or nothing matters, we're all going to die anyway, so let's try and speed it up a little bit. Great. Now, these are the people who are causing all the problems in the world. So every sane human being, every intelligent person should preach against this philosophy in all of its different myriad forms. It's all pervasive in materialism. You find it in the schools, you find it even in the churches. This impersonal philosophy that God is not a person. Or if He is a person, He's very far away. It has nothing to do with our lives. We have to make up our own ideas and how to live life as a human being. No, no. They have intentionally suppressed this Vedic knowledge so that they can make up their own knowledge, so-called knowledge, about how to live life as a human being. But since their intelligence is defective, as we just showed by reasoning, Their philosophy is bogus. Therefore, their conclusions are also bogus and actually harmful. So everyone should be educated in this nice philosophy by reading the books of the 6 Goswamis. And then not only will we attain the heights of spiritual realization, but even our material life will become so much nicer, so much more salubrious. That'll be $2, please. So at this point, I'm going to ask if anybody has any questions, either online or here. Pass the mic back.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Question from Tiago. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Babaji, what is so special in this period of time, in Brahma's day, that both Krishna and Lord Chaitanya appeared in a time span of 5,000 years, and they won't appear again in 4.3 billion years?
Yes. Very good question. That Krishna appears in his original form in the Dvapara Yuga of the 51st Divya Yuga of the Manvantara of, what is it, who's the Manu right now? Swayambhuva? Swayambhuva Manu, yeah. And then he doesn't appear until the next day of Brahma. Well, if you calculate it out, you'll find that this particular time is immediately after Brahma's noon. Brahma's day is 1,000 yuga cycles, and his night is also the same duration. So Brahma has sunrise, noon, sunset, night, midnight, everything that we have in our day, Brahma's day also has. And from Brahma's consciousness, his day is about the same length as ours. But from our consciousness, Brahma's day is 1,000 yuga cycles. So Brahma lives for a very, very, very long time by our calculation. But every day at noon, Krishna appears in this material world. And then, in the Kali Yuga, immediately following Krishna's appearance, Lord Chaitanya appears. Now, Krishna and Lord Chaitanya appear in every Dvapara Yuga and Kali Yuga. But what's special about this particular Dvapara and Kali Yuga is that Krishna displays his Vrindavan pastimes, and Lord Chaitanya displays his Mahabhava pastimes, his Antya Lila. See? There's a difference between a Leela avatar or a Yuga avatar. A Yuga avatar simply comes in to establish the Yuga, and especially to give the Yuga Dharma, the practice of self-realization for that particular age. So Krishna does that in Dwapara Yuga, and Lord Chaitanya does it in Kali Yuga. He appears as Yuga avatar. And this is every yuga. Every yuga, there's an incarnation who gives the Dharma. Because Dharma cannot be given by anybody except God. Sakshadhi dharmat bhagavat pranitam. That the activities and the thoughts and feelings and instructions especially of the Lord are the source of Dharma. This is how we get religious principles. Whatever God likes, that's Dharma. See, whatever God desires, whatever God does, that's Dharma. He shows the example. So, in most Kali Yugas, Lord Chaitanya comes and he gives the Yuga Dharma of chanting the holy name. But he does not display the extremely confidential pastimes of relishing Radharani's bhava, Mahabhava. You have to know Lord Chaitanya's pastimes to understand this. But the same is true of Lord Krishna, that in other Dwapara Yugas, Krishna comes, but he doesn't display his Vrindavan pastimes. He only displays his Mathura Leela and Dwarka Leela. See, Dwarka Leela means Krishna is as a great king. He appears in the family of King Vasudeva. That's why his name is Vasudeva. And of course, a king has a lot of power, a lot of opulence, and gets to fight, and so many things that kings do. But these pastimes are not as elevated as Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes, and specifically the mood of conjugal love in the mood of a paramour is not present